Good evening, one and all. We welcome you all to the international webinar series. We have observed that feedback form is not properly being filled by some of the participants, due to which we are unable to issue certificates. So, while filling up the feedback form, kindly check the fields. I mean, in the place wherever the details are asked, you carefully check the details and enter the details. In the field of name, you enter only name and designation, and whatever it asks in respective field, kindly fill up it, those details. Otherwise, it is difficult for us to generate certificate. But if you have attended and still, due to these technical issues or due to non-completion of formalities, if you have not received certificate also, don't worry at this moment of time. We will give you one more option for everyone who couldn't complete the formalities and also who have, could not understand or complete formalities in time. So they all can, whoever has, we have all the records of your attendance. So no need to worry. Whenever we give you an option, everyone will get an option. If you have missed out in completing any of the formalities, like for every event, there is a formality, like minimum formalities are you have to daily register for that event, because daily you are getting, daily it is a different topic that we are discussing. Though all are part of international webinar series, and we are giving individual certificates now. So it's not just one certificate for entire thing. So every day you have to register for the webinar series. You can, in the form, there is an option. It will ask you the date for which you are registering. So you can select the date and you can register every day. And after registering, you have to join. The link is same. So you can join daily. Don't worry about certificates. Certificates will be there on the website. Even if if due to technical reasons, if it is not generated or if you have not completed formalities, we are very considerate even later. But only thing is time constraints. So we all, because everyone is working with their own schedules. So whenever there is an opportunity, we can't say when that opportunity will come, but definitely we'll be giving once in 3 months or 6 months, like that. We'll give till August 2023. We will give you option once in a while. You can fill it up. Otherwise also, as informed you earlier, after August, till August, we'll be having sessions. So after August also, once we complete all the sessions, we'll be giving you, we will just again consolidate all the details, and then whoever has missed out, completing these formalities of registration, attendance, and providing feedback and downloading your certificate. These are the minimum requirements, and this is common for everyone. Right? For every event, everyone is asking you to register, and attendance, minimum attendance is required. And you can provide your feedback, and later on, after specified time, you can download your certificates from the website. So this is common almost for everyone. Only thing is, due to lot of errors in email ID, because this is a daily, program. No? So once in a while, it's okay, fine. Because even email servers also, the more the bouncers are, because we have observed that there are participants who are not able to collect email address. Because of that, more emails or certificate are getting bounced. So the more bounce rate, so the more probability of marking it as spam. So even our mail servers, because mail server, they work on this, they have a different set of this thing. So that's why we stopped it, because we also get warnings that many emails are bouncing. So to avoid, because they will have a different kind of restrictions on sending email on our accounts. So with the certain instructions received from our mail servers, so we have stopped sending certificates to your email IDs. Instead, what we are doing is we are putting everything, whatever is certificate is generated, no? We are putting it on the website. So there is one more advantage, that is every certificate can be verified now. So whether you have attended or not, whether that is genuine or not, you can always go to that and anyone can verify. Your certificate will be there. So one purpose is that, and other purpose it serves is like, even if you misplace it, even if you forget it to download, it is always there. You, how many times you want, you can go there, download. So that is one advantage. And apart from that, whenever you need, not only certificate, but if you need flyer for your record purpose or for submitting at your college, university, or office, for whatever purpose it is, you can always go to the website, and there you can download the flyer and also brochure, whatever it is, and you can also download your certificate from there at any time. So that is the benefit you are getting. Otherwise, if you send an email and you delete the email, or if you lost it, again it is difficult for us also to send you, and it becomes, so this is a, we always have to look at the positive side. We think someone is doing like this, we can also do like that, and because not everyone is sending daily, na? So occasionally, once in a while, we organize. I mean, generally, conferences, seminars are once in a while they organize. So it's easy, once in a year, or once in quarter, once in half yearly. So that is easy. But this is daily routine. Na? Every day we have new flyer or brochure. Every day we have a new session, new registrations, and attendance. We have to map attendance to registration and feedback data, check the eligibility and issue the certificate. So every day this is a task, and more the email bounces. Every day we have to send emails, and again more bounces. There are some technical issues. We have workaround, but things will get complex and complex. So we have tried everything almost. So we thought this would be the safest option now. So since then we are putting everything on website. So only thing is, you have to ensure that you are fulfilling all the formalities. Only that's thing that you all need to be careful. If you want to receive your certificates within time. Otherwise, also no need to worry. See, if you have attended, then it is already there in the system. It will be recording. Only thing is, you need to remember your participant name. Often there is, you have a different participant name set in the Zoom platform, and your actual name is different, or whatever you require on the certificate or the name you have registered is different. So there is also mismatch. So in that case also what happens, certain time certificate may not be generated. So that's why we are asking in the form also, feedback form also. Now we have taken it in platform only. But in that also, people are not providing exact name, because sometimes, they themselves doesn't know actually what is name, what name has been set, or sometimes it happens even when some of the speakers join also. When we ask what's your participant or Zoom participant name, or they are also unable to see. They just tell, sometimes they just mention the name, and when we search, it is something like, it can be some brand name, or it can be some mother's name, or their children name, or their spouse name. So it becomes difficult. Or sometimes, we have same participants, like with the same name. So that is also one difficulty. And initial will be different, or they might have. So these all technical issues are there. So that's why you are, to overcome that, what we have thought is, instead of circulating an external Google form or something like that, so we thought we will take it in platform only, because while you are filling up the feedback form, it will automatically give your username to us along with the details you enter. So automatically what will happen, in the Google form, you need to type as it is in the, you know, displayed in the participant. But now there is no need of that, because Zoom automatically gives us, you only need to enter your details so that certificate can be generated. So to avoid that, and only for all these measures are for your convenience only, because we are instructing, and certain things are working, certain things are not working. So to ensure that, to reduce these difficulties, or the work challenges, so now we are not circulating this feedback form in, Google Forms as feedback form. So we are taking within the platform. But registration forms, yes, anyway you have to uh, register and join. Na? So that's why we are still continuing that registration forms in Google Forms. We also have this in Zoom also, a facility to register in Zoom only. But again, they have different challenges. So that's why for registration, you have Google Form. You need not worry. Whenever you want, you can fill it up. But feedback, you have to, we all have to provide it in Zoom platform. Once the meeting is closed, automatically all the forms get closed. So there is no option. So always be alert after each session. Generally on Sundays or any special days, we are sharing the feedback form, and we are giving you 5 minutes. Actually, it will not take 5 minutes of time. Only thing is, immediately whenever the feedback form is shared, you can immediately start attending to it, and you can complete the form. Make sure that your name, email address, and mobile number is correct. Apart from that, the other details are like only feedback. Now, how is the PPT? How is the presentation? That you can put it as you are comfortable. But make sure in the name field you type your name properly. And we have observed that some of them are typing in lowercase, that is small capital letters. So you ensure that if know uh, however you are typing, as it is, it will come on set. So make sure, if you want sentence case like first letter to be capital and rest of them to small, or all capital letters, when you are filling up the feedback form in the name field, you ensure that accordingly how you would like to have your name on the certificate, accordingly you type in the field. So that is one more important. Otherwise, sometimes if you just type normally in lowercase, same as it is, it will come on the set. So that's the precautions we have to take while filling up the feedback. And if you, there are many participants many friends of us who join just for the sake of knowledge. They do not ask for certificate. So that's why you can see the participants are more, but certificates are less, because not everyone applies for certificate. Not everyone, completes the formality. They just, whenever they feel free or whenever they want to, they join, and whenever they want, they leave. So they are not worried about the certificate. That is what we assume, because there is minimum criteria for attendance. So there are many participants. Don't assume that only just 2 or 3 participants are attending, or 4, whatever it is, the certificates. Generally, there are more participants. And after that also, on YouTube and Facebook and various other places, we are directly, when we start live now, we are sharing that link also parallelly. And on certain platforms, it is embedded. So their count will not come. You cannot see how many people has watched, because it's embedded in the website within the platform. So we will have at least 2-3 times more people viewing it simultaneously, or a recorded version of this. So definitely there are more audience, number of times is more than what is being seen, or certificate generated. Certificates are, purely optional as a token of gratitude. But everyone, if you want certificate, you complete the formalities. Otherwise, if you want just the knowledge, you can. There's no need of thinking of anything. Without registering, also you can join. Without feedback, also you can leave. Everything is okay, fine. Everything is free. Everything is open only. But if you need certificate, then you need to follow all these formalities. So that is only thing. If you are thinking, if you think you need certificate, then you follow these instructions. Only that request we are making. Otherwise, for just for knowledge sake, these are available in it. And soon we are providing that YouTube live now. Whatever sessions are going live, that link we are soon providing on the website, where there is flyer certificate link. You will see that YouTube live recorded link also will be there. So you can also view it whenever you want. Now also they are available on YouTube only, but that particular links, every day only we are sharing. We have not shared anywhere else except a few. So that all we will update it on the website. So once you click on the date, after visiting the schedule on website, you can have all flyer and certificates and also YouTube links. So you can watch it. For knowledge sake, you can watch it anytime on YouTube, or you can visit website, there you can watch. But for the certificate, if you need certificate also along with everything else, then kindly register it, and make sure you attend. The minimum criteria is 65%, along with inaugural and valedictory. If you are not able to attend the inaugural and valedictory, make sure you have at least 75 to 85% overall. So this is the criteria. So join in time and leave in time, so that you meet the eligibility criteria. And that also actual session time is counted, not this presentation time or instructions time is not included. So that will give you an added advantage of some bonus time. So we will move on to today's sessions. These were certain instructions. And before joining itself, if possible, you try to rename your participant name to actual name as you want on certificates. That will, further simplify the process. Okay, then we'll move on to our today's sessions. Good evening, one and all. Welcome you all to the international webinar series on holistic health, well-being, sustainable development 2022, commemorating Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav, nation celebrating 75 years of independence, United Nations Sustainable Development Goals SDGs 2015 to 2030 as part of awareness and campaigns in collaboration with Sri Holistic Health Foundation India and Sri Research Institute and Center for Art, Sciences and Wellbeing. So before we start our session, let's take the blessings of Almighty.
कुरुत्वं कल्याणम् आरोग्यं धनसम्पदः शुभं कुरुत्वं कल्याणम् आरोग्यं धनसम्पदः शत्रुबुद्धिविनाशाय दीपज्योतिर्नमोऽस्तुते दीपज्योतिर्नमोऽस्तुते शुभं कुरुत्वं कल्याणम् आरोग्यं धनसम्पदः शुभं कुरुत्वं कल्याणम् आरोग्यं धनसम्पदः
Let me know. So let me know if there is any technical difficulty or technical issues in the process. Hope you can all hear me loud and clear.
या कुन्देन्दु तुषारहारधवला या शुभ्रवस्त्रान्विता या वीणा वरदण्डमण्डितकरा या श्वेत पद्मासना या ब्रह्माच्युत शङ्कर प्रभृतिभिः देवैः सदा वन्दिता सा मां पातु सरस्वती भगवती निःशेषजाड्यापहा।
So this song was sung by our Manasa. She is pharmacist and she is a regular participant. She has recently presented on Sunday also. So thanks, Manasa. It was wonderful prayer song. Yes, we'll move on to today's commemorations. Hope you all can hear me. Just keep giving me feedback in the chat box. Sorry for keeping you waiting. Yeah, this week is commemorated as United Nations Week. That is October 18th to 24th, 2022 in Philippines. So United Nations Week starts on October 18th and runs up to October 24th every year. This day has been celebrated annually since 2003, presently made up of 193 member states, including Philippines. The UN has evolved through the years to keep up ever-changing world, but its work is still guided by the principles held with its founding charter. It is one place on earth where all nations can come together, discuss problems, and find a solution. So the year was 1945 in San Francisco, California. Representatives of 50 countries met at the United Nations Conference on International Organization from April 25 to June 26, just before and end of the World War II. They drafted and signed the UN Charter after 2 months, creating an international organization called the United Nations, aimed to maintain international peace and security, protect human rights, uphold international law, as well as extend humanitarian assistance. So more than 75 years later, The UN is also involved in setting sustainable development goals for a more sustainable future for everyone. Action to limit global warming has also been agreed upon the UN member states. So the Philippines was one of the original member states and one of only 4 Asian nations that signed the charter signaling the start of UN. So it was also one of the co-founders. Of G77 coalition in 1964 that helped promote collective economic interests in the United Nations. The organizations evolved in an intergovernmental group of 24 on international monetary affairs and development, or G20. So for over 7 decades, the Philippine government has partnered with the United It's heavily raining here, so there might be some technical issues. So for over 7 decades, the Philippine government has partnered with the United Nations through different programs and commitments, such as the International Convention on the Protection of the Rights of All Migrant Workers and Members of their Families, and the Convention Against Illicit Traffic in Narcotic Drugs. The country also consistently sent peacekeepers to the United Nations, and its office employs a huge number of Filipinos. The UN also assists the country during calamities and helps raise funds for various causes. So basically, Philippines is one of the 50 countries that has signed the charter when initially the United Nations was started. So they are commemorating. So that's why it's not across the internationally, it is not commemorated, but in that country, because the United Nations was started yesterday, we have commemorated United Nations Day. Nations. I mean, in the previous sessions. So, in that occasion, Philippines, this entire week is celebrated as United Nations Week. So, diplomat Enrique Manelo has been the permanent representative of the Philippines to the US United Nations since 2020, and currently it contributes 0.165% of the UN's regular budget resources and 0.033% of UN peacekeeping resources. That is Philippines' contribution to the UN. And the Philippines first became involved in the UN peacekeeping operations in December 1962. UN Secretary General Dag Hammarskjöld called on the country to join the other member states in assisting the UN operations in the Congo, or ONUC. So in the honor of the day, wear blue and white. Blue symbolizes peace and opposite to red, which signifies war or unrest. So United Nations Children's Work Fund assists to protect the rights of the children needed all over the world. Any amount would be very much welcome. So donate to UNICEF. Or host a party, costume party, tell your guests to come in costume of a UN member, country of their choice. At the very least, they can carry a flag, serve food, and drinks from around the world while an international playlist comes in the background. So Carlos P. Ramalho, he was the president in September and December 1957, as well as in July 1980 and September 1981. And he presided Jacinto Castel Borja. He presided over UNSC, that is United Nations Security Council, in September 1963, and Lauro Baja Jr. in June 2004 and September 2005 were presidents. These all were presidents of Philippines who, were presidents of UN Security Council from Philippines. Delia Domingo Albert, she shared presidential duties with Lauro Baja Jr. in June 2004. And Benny Mercado, he was also president along with Laura Baja Jr. in September 2005. So as one of the original signatories of UN Charter and the support that existed between the Philippines and the UN throughout the years is considered invaluable. So we love this day for honoring partnerships. And the UN is where nations come together to find solutions to global problems. That's something everyone should get behind. And it promotes peace. It should not be forgotten that part of the reason the UN was formed was with the hope that international peace and security would be protected in the future. And we support any day that favors peace and nation building. Today is also Healthcare Aid Day in Canada. Healthcare Aid Day on October 18 was first created by Government of Manitoba to honor healthcare aides, since these talented professionals work around the clock and in a variety of situations, from acute care to home, community, and residential care. They are ever present caregivers for the sickest and neediest portions of the population. There are over 8,000 healthcare aides in Manitoba, but the number has grown much larger in recent years. In any public healthcare system, healthcare aides are indispensable. So in 19th century, hospitals were the source of care for the sick or disabled. It wasn't until the early 20th century that the concept of sending trained health professionals into the places where sick individuals were confined picked up speed. In 1909, MetLife offered their first home health insurance policy to change the face of healthcare. In the following 15 years, over 1 million home health visits took place with the insurance. Communicable disease incidence decreased, and it was clear that this new form of healthcare promoted both quality and length of the life. So in 1963, when Dame Cicely Saunders gave a lecture at Yale University on the idea of specialized care for those at the end of their lives, further kicked off the home healthcare profession. Only 2 years later, Dr. Sanders was invited to become a faculty member of the Yale School of Nursing by the Dean Florence Wald. Dr. Saunders later established the first hospice center, St. Christopher's Hospice in the UK in 1967, and Florence Wald created the first hospice center in 1974 in Bradford City. So in 1975, the first national symposium on hospice care was convened in Connecticut, and in 1979, the National Hospice Organization was established to promote hospice care as a concept. 1982 saw a big gains for hospice care as Congress passed a provision to create a Medicare hospice benefit, and the NHO's first television PSA was aired. In 1992, the National Hospice Foundation was established. So 1997 saw some losses of healthcare workers and healthcare aides, particularly when the Balanced Budget Act of 1997 passed. The act slashed Medicare home benefits, eliminating access to healthcare aids for many needy individuals. As a result, over 3,000 home care agencies closed their doors and there were fewer home health visits. Since then, however, there have been new payment initiatives and plans to make the service more accessible to those in need. Today, it's clear that health aides have revolutionized healthcare. Being able to care for the sick and disabled in their own home is infinitely safer, more comfortable, and more dignified than in a hospital. One 2004 study found that around 23 million US households, so 1 in 5 were caring for a sick or needy individual over the age of 18. This care is expensive, valued by the National Association for Home Care at around $257 billion. So trained professional healthcare aides can help to solve so many of our collective national healthcare issues, and throughout the history they have done it. So this healthcare aid day is celebrated primarily in Canada, but also in United States. So show your health. This could like a plate of homemade cookies or volunteer night of doing sitting so that they can relax, or even just a call or record. All acts of appreciation, whether small or large, are valuable on this day. Let the healthcare aids in your life know you care about it. And whether your interest lies elsewhere, or you are still deciding what you want to be in life, check out the healthcare aid profession. With an aging population, it is steady and potentially well-paying job. Besides, a great way to honor healthcare aides is to know what they actually do. So this is a very good opportunity for people who are looking for employment, because more and more senior citizens are, aged population is going across the world, so they need care. So this is a very good opportunity to serve and also at the same time get employment. It is the fastest growing profession with the aging population. More home health and personal care aides are needed than ever. In fact, the job was projected to grow 70% between 2010 and 2020, and it only costs $19 per hour. when a company sends a home health care aid, the average a few years ago was only $19 per hour. Remember, after the agency takes a cut, healthcare worker sees even less of this money. So it might have slightly increased now. Until the 1950s, home health care aides did not have access to social security benefits, even though the Social Security Act was passed in Congress in 1935. Many healthcare workers rely on government assistance with their extremely low pay and long hours. Around 40% of home healthcare aides rely on medical aid, food stamps, or other government run public assistance programs. So, while in 2001, only 6.86 home healthcare agencies in the United States were Medicare certified. This is the number ballooned to around 15,000 later on. So this day honors selfless individuals, that is, healthcare aides are selfless and underpaid individuals who work makes a huge impact in the lives of a person they are helping and the person's family and social circle. Healthcare aides do massively important work and deserve both recognition and some time to relax on this day. It gives great press to the profession. The noble profession of home health care workers offers great personal satisfaction through helping others and is growing rapidly with the aging population. Healthcare aid day is great press for the profession and may jumpstart more healthcare aid careers. It also highlights injustice for generations. Home health care workers, aides, and personal care workers have been underpaid and overlooked. Almost half require governmental assistance after agendas take a big cut on their availability, low ages, around so for these invaluable members of our society, it is important to shine a spotlight on how poorly they are treated. Today is also Kati Bihu. It is the first day of Kati month, that is Kartika Masam. Uh, and also Kati month in Assamese calendar usually falling somewhere in the mid-October. So this is observed on October 18th. The festival marks the relocation of rice crop and the beginning of fresh harvest season. And Kati Bahu is an observation of service, penance, and hope for better future. The festival is celebrated across the state of Assam, although Assamese tribes have their own rituals and interpretations of the day. Lamps are lit outside homes, and a pathway of bamboos is constructed as a trail for ancestors. It is celebrated with great sincerity by the entire state, and it is one of the few unique festivals. It is one of the few unique festivals of India which surpasses religion, social status, and caste as people from all walks of life come together and observe the solemnity of their condition. Third Bihu festival, the Kati Bihu, is also called the Kangali Bihu, from Kangali meaning poor, because by this time of the year, the house of an ordinary family is without food grains, as the shock is usually consumed before the next harvest. So, Katibahu, sorry, Katibihu is observed at the time when the stored grains of previous harvest are nearing their end, and the only hope for the future is prosperous new harvest. That's why the powers of ancestors are called Apnon, and mercy is both begged from the god. So Assamese families particularly entertain several guests throughout the day, and each of them is honored by gamosa, a locally sold handmade towel, and earthen lamps, saki, are lit around the sacred tulsi plant to eliminate its significance of the household. Even though it is not a celebration, the day is concluded with Assam's traditional Bihu dance as a show of unity among the communities. It also honors the nature, is perfect homage to the laws of nature, from nourishing food to healing sunlight. Nature gives us all. The harvest cycle depends on how there is also National Alaska Day, the largest state to join the US state, and its founder, Frontier to the Boot. It is a wonder we all have a special day. And today is also Necktie Day, National Necktie Day, Croatia. National Necktie Day honors the invention of neckties, the modern necktie that was we all love and wear. And it is the creation of Croatia. And National Necktie Day is a popular holiday in Croatia, and is celebrated with great zeal across the country. Students attended school wearing their best ties, and men pass on blue and black to embrace funky colors for the day. So the day has been celebrated since 2008, when it was recognized as the official United Nations. This day has been celebrated since 2008 when it was recognized as an official holiday by the Croatian parliament. And today is also National Mashed Potato Day. It is an opportunity for the lovers, for them to indulge in even more their favorite dishes. The originals of this holiday are not entirely clear, but different sources state of the art, that is state it as happening on different states. Sometimes so human beings have been growing potatoes as far as 8000 BC, and the earliest archaeological verified potato remains The Guinness Book of Records states the largest potato weighed 7 pounds ounce once, grown by J.E.'s 1953 and Jane Busby 1992 of the UK. So the average American eats approximately 124 pounds of potatoes per year. And around the world, there are 400 types of potatoes, and they belong to the same family, Solanaceae, as tobacco and deadly nightshade. Commercially, potatoes can be stored up to a year by keeping a 39-degree Fahrenheit. And today, potatoes are grown in about 125 countries worldwide. And this potato is made up of 80% water and 20% solid. Today is also World Menopause Day. Is to raise awareness about the impact of the condition on the lives of the women around the world, despite affecting about half of the world's population. Menopause isn't talked about as much as it should be. Observing the day, it is also an opportunity to encourage further medical research on the condition. So, World Menopause Day was established in 1984 by the World Health Organization and the International Menopause Society, IMS, with the intention of spreading awareness about this condition that affects women as they age. So, menopause is a term used to describe the natural decline of a woman's reproductive hormones beginning between ages 45 and 55. When the body experiences its last menstrual cycle. So, common symptoms of menopause include hot flushes, night sweats, mood changes, and sleep disturbance. All of these symptoms can result in an increase in anxiety and depression. After menopause, women are more at risk of developing conditions like heart disease and osteoporosis. So, most treatments for menopause focus on symptomatic relief as it's normal part of aging and as such is not a curable condition. So, the condition has not been studied as much as it should be and it's not discussed openly. Having a World Menopause Day was in a solution to these problems by encouraging conversation and research on the menopause and its effects. As the people worldwide are longer, more and more women are likely to undergo menopause. It is important that we are prepared for the effects that might happen as a result of the menopause so that we can live better and healthier lives. So the International Menopause Society is born in 1978, was established by Rodney Barber during the Second International Congress of Menopause in Jerusalem, and World Menopause Day was chosen. The World Health Organization and the IMS, International Menopause Society, choose October 18 as a date to raise awareness and support women undergoing menopause in 1984. A North American Menopause Society was formed, which is fully self-funded and dedicated to understanding menopause, was established in 1989, and October is declared as World Menopause Month. The IMS decides that single local societies couldn't easily organize awareness related activities on one day, so the whole month would be dedicated to spreading awareness about menopause. There are a number of lifestyle changes that can help with the menopausal symptoms, including having a balanced diet, taking medication, and limiting certain triggers. But further research is needed for us to understand the condition better. This is why observing World Menopause Day is also important. Consider sharing medical information freely available with the International Menopause Society, uh, with the people who undergo menopause, and talk or organize a talk by medical health professionals, or have a discussion, or reach out to someone who is undergoing menopause. Be patient and understanding and ask them to share their experience. So when a woman's ovaries stop functioning normally before she reaches 40 years, signifying early menopause, it is referred to as primary ovarian insufficiency. And the changing hormonal levels at this time can leave the body vulnerable to heart disease and some cancers. Sleeplessness is most common symptom. Research indicates that 94.5% of women experiencing menopause repeated being sleepless during the time. And perimenopause is a transition period to menopause when the body is preparing for menopause, can start up to 10 years before menopause. And after the premenopausal phase, most women report feeling better than they have in years. And menopause is a still taboo subject. People around the world are still unable to discuss menopause, even though it is a completely natural aspect of women's health. And with perimenopause starting up to an year before menopause, the symptoms and discomfort of menopause can affect women for more than a decade. And there isn't sufficient medical research available. So it's only lately that active medical research is being conducted on menopause and related symptoms. Today is also Pro-Life Day of Silent Solidarity in US. It's a day for us to remain silent in the remembrance of the children who have lost their voices as a result of abortion. So Pro-Life Day of Silent Solidarity began in 2004 by Brian Kemper. According to his account, a student of McNeese State University posed the question, what can I do to work with other students around the country in solidarity to help and end abortion? A light bulb went on in Kemper's head, and the idea occurred to him to rally students to not only stand in solidarity with others, but also with the lives that are lost to abortion every day. So on this day, students and other interested parties are encouraged to wear red duct tape on their with the word life written on it and remain silent in solidarity with aborted children. In order to explain the objective of the day without breaking silence, participants uh, distribute flyers explaining why they are silent and what the pro-life day is all about. So the idea to use duct tape came out when Kemper was speaking at an event, and some young people, whom he later discovered were supporters of pro-life organization, Bound for Life walk in with a duct tape over the mouths. The Pro-Life Day of Silent Solidarity is sponsored by Stand True Organization, a non-profit also founded by Brian Kemper that stands against abortion. Today, the day is celebrated by thousands of students of all ages from America. In the world, only 6 countries, Chile, the Dominican Republic, El Salvador, Nicaragua, and the Vatican City, and Malta, prohibit abortions regardless of the circumstances. In the womb, developing babies are surrounded by amniotic fluid, which fills their lungs and doesn't allow for breathing. So, but at 10 to 12 weeks of gestation, they began to practice breathing. So, babies breathe while in the womb. So, abortion was legalized in the US in 1973 of the landmark court case of Roe v. Wade. So, studies reveal that a fetus can survive outside the womb at 22 weeks as premature births, and pregnant women can start producing breast milk as early as 14 weeks into the pregnancy. So breast milk may come early, and the blood volume of a woman increases 30 to 50% during pregnancy to provide more oxygen for the chain. And a baby can recognize its mother voice during the third semester, and a woman's heart actually increases in size during pregnancy. And this day gives us an opportunity to engage in meaningful conversations about a topic that often is avoided. And protests are often characterized by loud chants and physical demonstrations. Maintaining silence is a powerful way to make a statement without a single word. And this day is a chance to honor and speak up for those who can't speak up for themselves. And National Sunday Day, which is celebrated internationally. Is the first day of the week, and in many Western cultures, it is the day before the start of regular work week. For example, some Christians and Catholics is the day when they dress up and go to church in their Sunday finest. Sunday's English name, on the other hand, has nothing to do with its religious significance. Sunday is a gender neutral name for the United Nations that means born on Sunday. Unlike Wednesday, which is named after Supreme Norse good god Odin, and Thursday, which is named after Odin's son Thor, Sunday is named after a ball of gas that illuminates our days with its cheerful beginning syllable. Sunday is one of the most popular of the day names, made Hollywood famous. Even Nicole Kidman and Keith Urban selected it for their baby daughter. The last name Sunday can be traced back to English ancient Anglo-Saxon civilization. The earliest use of Sunday as the last name dates back to Old England when the Sunday family lived in a house close to sands. Sunday is an example of a topographic surname given to people who lived near a physical feature like a hill, street, church, or tree. So, because of their nearness to the sands, the first bearers of surname Sunday was given to that name. The surname Sunday first appeared in the Worcestershire. In fact, the church of Wickham carries the mark of the Sunday line, a descendant from Lord Sandys, as the entire church repaired in 1840. Today is also National Speak Up for Victims of Sexual Abuse Day, dedicated to raising awareness about the horrors of sexual abuse. Men, women, and children, anyone can be victim of sexual assault. While it's common for sexual abuse to go unreported, victims suffer greatly as a result. Acknowledging these victims and helping them in opening up about experiences promote healing. This day is an essential part of a larger effort to support all victims of sexual abuse. So, National Speak Up for Victims of Sexual Abuse Day first appeared on the calendar in October 2021 and was created in the honor of a young woman named Jack Nunnery, a victim of sexual assault. She has been instrumental in the establishment of this day, and her mission called Speak Up provides sexual abuse victims a platform to speak up about their experiments, which encourages healing. This day tends to promote support to the people who have faced sexual abuse of any sort. And many people face confusion regarding the meaning of sexual abuse. Regardless of offender's relationship with the victim, sexual violence can be defined as any sex act or attempt to obtain sexual act by coercion, act to sell a person, or act targeted person against. And this day is about providing victims with a constructive support system to empower them and bring awareness to such cases that occur all over the world. This day encourages survivors to open up to their loved ones about their traumas. The day contributes considerably to bringing awareness and providing a voice for those who had been victimized. As a result, honoring this day as a significant milestone is necessary to make progress towards the goal of an abuse-free society. So teal is the color which has been recognized as the color of support for sexual abuse victims. So this may be worn to support abuse victims. Adorn yourself in teal on this day to show your support. A person faces sexual assault every 73 seconds in the US, and it is the high rate of abuse in the world. And women are at high risk, around 20% of the women. And around 20% of the women have faced full or attempted rape at some point in their lives in US, and women are at high risk. And compared to those who have not been victims of crime, survivors of sexual assault are 13 times more likely to commit suicide. So having risk of suicide, around 4 out of 5 rape victims develop lasting physical or psychological troubles. Having chronic issues. And as per reports, around 42% of the women raped face the risk of being raped again, the fear of further assault. So this day, let's speak up for victims of sexual abuse and for their empowerment, help in rehabilitation, making subject less tough. So survivors benefit from the support provided by others, and most victims choose to remain silent out of fear of victim blaming, cultural misunderstanding, family retaliation, and lack of timely injustice. With our kind words or effective actions, we can make survivors realize that they are well supported and their fortitude is commendable. And today is also National Prayer Day in Zambia. This day is essential for everyone so that everyone get together to repent and pray. And today is also National Pharmacy Technician Day. Pharmacies are busy places. Pharmacy technicians perform vital duties in support of pharmacists, like counting pills, entering patient data, waiting on customers, and explaining the use and effects of drugs and medical devices. Pharmacies couldn't run without them, and they deserve a day of appreciation for all their tireless work. So on October 18th, we celebrate the women and men, bringing them. So pharmacies can have hundreds of people in and out in a single day, and most of those customers aren't there to socialize. Simply talking and taking the time to tell a pharmacy tech you appreciate them can make a pharmacy tech day. So the RX symbol is actually an abbreviation in the medieval medical texts, which were of course mostly written in Latin. RX was short for recipe, or the imperative form of the verb recipere, making meaning to take. It literally means take this. And Agatha Christie, the best-selling author of all time, worked during World War One as a pharmacy tech for a hospital, dispensing medication to wounded soldiers. And among the many modern soft drinks originally developed by pharmacists and sold in pharmacies, like and many soft drinks once were medicinal. And pharmacy techs who actually count out and or measure our medication. If we are not for the tireless attention to detail, our health could be in danger. The average pharmacy technician works long shifts, 8, 10, even 12 hours on their feet, and because of many pharmacies employ These pharmacy techs work for long hours, are unflappable when they are feeling bad. So today is also National No Bird Day. US for those men who are part of the no bird resistance in the birded world. There's National No Bird Day. Shaving off your facial hair is the fastest way to chance your look. Going clean shaven could give you a totally new look. So every October 1st, let's work you that we view that ponytail, those cornrows or braids or whatever else you do to express your personality through your hairstyle. Today is the day to celebrate your personality as personified by your little hair, to explore ways to keep it lustrous, healthy, and it's okay to be hair pressed today. And it appears that National No Bird Day is one of those internet generated holidays which have all come to the love in case of bearded man. Really hate. But this day, which is an annual event that opens up discussion on the history of hair removal in general and beard specific. In 1800, the barbers used straight razors to remove beards from patrons. Though they were standard practice, most men wore beards and a fashion of the day. But according to National Museum of American History, beard removal came into vogue in United States around 1900s. There were numerous reasons for cutting those beards. Sounds gross today, but those large, lush beards that were commonplace in paintings, photos were also breeding grounds for parasites like lice, and beards also trapped bad odors from the perspiration, especially for those men who worked out in close quarters without an opportunity to regularly take a bath. So when that man spotted a clean look sans beard, women took it as a sign that the person practiced good hygiene and could be a marriage material, and entered the Gillette company in 1904 and with safety razor, which encouraged men to take their beard off in their own shaki. Eventually, men were looking for the ways to keep their hair off for longer periods of time. By 1930, Jacob Schink introduces the electronic razor, Ashford dry shaver, and another milestone in the hair history of men's hygiene was surpassed. If your beard grows quickly, it may not be due to razor, but rather to your genetics. Generally speaking, most men see the beginnings of the beard in late puberty, but their early 20s men have fully grown beard. So shaving regularly doesn't affect the thickness, color, or rate at which beard grows. So assemble all the right products like a new razor, shaving cream, and moisturizer. A good exfoliant can't hurt either. Trim your beard to a manageable length. Soften the remaining hair by taking a steamy shower or apply a hot towel to your face and then applying shaving cream. Shave with the grain while holding your skin taut to get best results. Exfoliate and moisturize that awesome skin below, and here you go. So enlist a bearded friend to join you. Shaving off the beard that took you so long to perfect can be scary. Why not convince a hairy friend to do with it along with you? So take some before and after shots and cherish the moments. And getting a straight razor shave from a barber is one of the most relaxing, mainly old fashioned things you can possibly do. So sit back and leave on the shaving to a profession. Self-care is a cool and you will rev smoother. And if you do it yourself, next thing you would be all be open to pedicure. Some people are genuinely terrified of them. Pogonophobia is a real thing, which means anyone who suffers from the fear of birds is freaked out by the mere sight of one. And if you want to get on the Forbes list, it's time to start shaving. 98% of the Americans' richest men don't have one. And one theory postulates that having a bird contributes to the baldness due to body's increased thermoregulation effect. The same chemical, dihydrotestosterone, testosterone, promotes both bird growth and balding, and they have been subject to tax. Both Peter the Great and the state of New Jersey tried to cash in on facial hair in the past, and birds are like Velcro, trapping food and bacteria inside them. It's all admitted, the thought of leftovers and viruses lurking in facial hair is a total turn on. And remember, your facial hair can give bird fun to those who love you and love to kiss you, and gives them, how cool you can think of bird looks, that how uncool the rash it gives us looks. So go clean chairs and get more kisses. And you look younger. Maybe you grew a bird to stop getting carded every time you ordered, but it's been a while since you went on clean shaven people, especially potential. And your career might be a jump start. And most executives are clean shaven, especially the higher up the ranks you go. So if you are running to be a company's next CEO, losing the bird can can't hurt. You look at the part of get the part. And finally, today is National Chocolate Cup Day. Chocolate cups were born out of 1976. Made their first written appearance, what also called first book to be penned by an American. And countless research has been conducted on the health benefits of chocolate, and over the years, the treat has been thought to be associated with lower risk of heart disease, improved mental performance, and lower risk of stroke. And these days, we have luxury of waiting in line hours outside bakeries to unique desserts like edible cookie dough, raindrop cake, and cronuts. And these are that's all adds up to some very happy taste buds for sugar-loving customers. So thank you everyone for joining us on this day. For being with us. So we'll be sharing a feedback form for the day. Kindly fill up the feedback form carefully. Dear friends, quickly fill up the feedback form carefully. Dear friends, quickly fill up the feedback form. Thank you once again, everyone, for joining us. See you all tomorrow at the same time. Take care. Good night.